I'm quite happy. Your mum's come through, she took up to 5 kids. Okay, that is good enough for me.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're looking at unconvincing psychics and mediums who have made their name in television.
What I do is I give evidence of people that have passed to spirit, guidance for future, a bit about your past.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10, Beth Lee-Crowther.
My dog Millie hates Ben Shepherd and Tipping Point, which is a shame because that's a good show.
It's a very good show.
She gets hysterical if she sees or here's Ben Shepherd on TV.
She's well known as a pet psychic, the best kind of psychic to be because, of course, it's impossible for an animal to dispute anything the psychic is saying.
It's very interesting when I link into your horse, Julie.
In this case, a woman calls into This Morning to ask Lee-Crowther why her dog gets aggressive and upset whenever Ben Shepherd appears on screen, or even if she just hears his voice. This was after she'd already tried to read the minds of Joe Biden's dogs from all the way across the Atlantic.
They do show me that Joe is a very empathetic person and that he will be a president like we've never seen before.
And as well as unraveling the mystery about Ben Shepherd, she also read the mind of a tortoise and a new pet horse, wanting to know whether the horse really loves its new owner.
What I pick up about your tortoise, Kate, is that he absolutely loves this game. He loves interaction. Very intelligent tortoise.
Number 9, Jackie Weaver.
Because you know how human psychics will actually read people, they'll pick up on their thoughts. We do exactly the same with animals.
No, not that Jackie Weaver. This Jackie Weaver is widely known as the animal psychic, though we can imagine she's not thrilled about being mistaken for the Zoomzar from Hanforth Parish Council. In this clip from This Morning, she was joined by celebrity client William Roche, aka Ken Barlow, who wanted Jackie to telepathically communicate with his dog.
But there is an issue with eyesight as well, and he actually said to me that he couldn't see.
The dogs didn't have anything nice to say about Philip Schofield, however, apparently suggesting that he didn't believe in the psychic dogs because he was afraid of them. Perhaps he was afraid of exactly what they were going to read in his subconscious. Jackie believes that all animals telepathically communicate with each other all the time.
All animals telepath between each other. Like when dogs, they often talk to each other, we can't hear them. And so it's on a wavelength, kind of like a mobile phone.
Number 8, Amarlis Fraser.
I now realise that actually we all have a little bit of this.
Step aside, Noel Edmonds. Elite psychic Amarlis Fraser has her own philosophy about how negative energy can affect us. But don't worry, she can also get rid of it for the low cost of £8,000.
And then I'll describe that screen to a client. So I might say, oh, I keep seeing Paris, the Eiffel Tower, and I see contracts. And they'll say, oh, I've just got a job contract. I'm not sure to take it. It's in Paris.
Much like the premise of Ghosts, Fraser suffered a head injury and awoke with the ability to communicate with the dead, and also banish them if they're causing bother via the medium of bad vibes.
And then I will hear, not an external voice or voices in my head, but it's like another knowing. And I'll sort of be having a story playing out in my head.
She explains the science behind her psychic powers, which came about after her prefrontal cortex, which she says is the part of the brain where intuition is stored, was opened in the accident. And now she charges a fortune for others to benefit from her gifts.
You know how everyone's talking about doing breathing, box breathing. I do breathing every day.
Number 7, Sue Dobs.
I know you're called Lara, but I do get the name Larry or something similar to that.
Psychic hairdresser Sue Dobs showed up to also demonstrate her supernatural skills on This Morning. She was filmed giving a reading earlier in the day and then turned up on the sofa to explain herself and her gifts to Philip Schofield and Fern Britton.
A person called Graham in your life?
My boyfriend's business partner, actually. So he's quite an
One
important
removed. And
What was more fascinating was the willing viewer, Lara, coming up with some extremely spurious grounds on which to prove Sue was definitely telling the truth. such as her mother calling her a nickname similar but not identical to the one Sue said she got a hint of. Sue also successfully guessed that one of Lara's favourite films as a child was The Wizard of Oz, just like most children.
And she thinks that the film The Wizard of Oz is important to you. Sue, that's what Sue thought, yes?
Not too important, but it's like one of my favourite films when I was a child.
Number 6. Psychic Banana.
Let's have a look. Let's ask the banana. Is Michelle having a baby girl? Oh, it's a yes. Hang on, is that a yes?
Moving away from psychic humans to psychic fruit for a while, This Morning had a running segment where Holly Willoughby brought out her famous psychic banana. The psychic banana predicted all sorts, including football results, as well as answering private questions about Philip Schofield.
Is Chelsea going to pass her driving test?
Oh, that's a big yes.
That's a yes!
Is it?
Yes!
The entire trick involves Holly picking out a banana from the enormous pile in front of her and looking at the shape of the banana's fibers, whether it's a dot for no or a Y for yes. This went on until she eventually asked whether Portugal was going to beat Wales in the 2016 Euros, and it finally got a question wrong, leading to its execution at the hands of Schofield.
Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, I was... Is that
the psychic banana bit the dust.
Number 5. Jayne Wallace.
We are the only psychic concession that's available within a department store. So we're renowned for our psychic abilities.
Widely known as a psychic to the stars, Jayne Wallace is allegedly Kim Kardashian's go-to medium when she needs some spiritual guidance. She's popped up all over the place, This Morning, Loose Women, and even on a more respectable show, Dragon's Den.
But this business is products. I've always loved crystals, smells, and I just felt that people needed that little bit of wellness.
But she wasn't just flogging readings on Dragon's Den, she had a whole array of products. Crystal balls, scented candles, tarot decks, essential oils, you name it. They'll even intuitively sell you a gemstone that represents your dog.
I'm more than happy to make you an offer because I would genuinely love to be a part of your world.
That's amazing.
She actually got a lot of interest from the dragons, largely because of the ludicrous profit margins they were already making selling this stuff.
The crystal ball's prediction comes true, as Jayne and Grace now have 4 offers to consider.
Number 4. Sally Goodmore.
But it's a positive thing. It's given comfort to others when they're at the most desperate and probably the most saddest time of their lives.
These days, you'll usually see Sally Goodmore going live on social media to give people readings from afar, but she did have a memorable appearance on Loose Women in 2017. She insists that being psychic runs in her family, as both her mother and grandmother had the sight, and also talks about how after finding out who was on the panel that day, she was picking up things in the car.
Anyone watching this is going to say, you knew she was on the show, didn't you just Google that?
If you can Google, okay, that's fair enough.
I'm just being devil's advocate.
Absolutely.
It must be a lot easier to do a psychic reading for a well-known celebrity, especially one who talks about their entire personal and professional life every single day on Loose Women. Despite that, she's still got quite a lot wrong about Stacey Solomon.
So, where would you be picking that up from? From her?
From my guide.
Or from
I have a
Ricky?
guide. From my guide. My guide gives me all the information.
Number 3. Joe Power.
Is the Jimmy or James connected?
No.
She's saying yes on grandfather's side.
No.
Okay, maybe have a think about it.
In hilarious scenes, well-known psychic Joe Power, who's also turned up on Loose Women, was investigated by mentalist and magician Darren Brown, who wanted to use his own non-supernatural skills to prove that psychics aren't doing anything remotely extraordinary.
As soon as I come in, I knew it was that your father was waiting here for you. And I knew it was that your mum was waiting.
In one scene, he's talking to a woman Brown has already interviewed and gets everything wrong. He also pulls the classic trick of just asking the woman outright what the spirit means by something vague.
They said if there's a way of coming through, they will find it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I thought, you might be that person.
Power ultimately ends up accusing the show of stitching him up, wrongly saying that Brown lied about whether he'd talked to the woman before, despite being caught on camera, and then stormed off.
I told you I had been in that house.
No, you told me you had not been in this house. Yeah. So you've been in. You've met these people.
I have briefly met them. Yes, I have.
Thank you. But don't you think that's absolutely terrible?
Number 2, Sally Morgan.
A little boy? Yeah. With a misshapen head, slightly? Yeah.
Yes, it's Psychic Sally herself, the UK's most infamous currently working medium thanks to a handful of scandals tainting her career. She's been on screens for years, with one show even taping performances from her huge tour in 2010. In them, she'll begin with a vague statement and wait for the audience members to put their hands up and confess that the reading is certainly about them.
The babies are here. I've prayed all day today that they'd make an appearance.
But unlike lots of other psychics, Morgan doesn't take the allegations that she's a fraud lying down. She once sued a newspaper group for £150,000 when they repeated allegations that she'd had information fed to her. Her empire eventually fell though, with her companies being liquidated in 2018.
I've got a lady here called Rosie, but she says her name is Morgan. My name?
Number 1, Derek Acorah.
Will Michael answer questions? Can the fans ask Michael questions?
Yes, he would like this.
Even though he passed away in 2020, Derek Acorah remains the most well-known medium the UK's ever produced thanks to his colourful appearances on Most Haunted. But we're not going to show you a clip from Most Haunted, we're going to show you something far more egregious. Michael Jackson, The Live Seance. Yes, he helmed a show in 2009, very shortly after Jackson's death, and claimed to commune with his spirits.
My friendship will always be alongside you. My friendship will always be strong. My friendship will never ever diminish.
That's not his only brush with infamy, however. He also once claimed to have been given a message by Madeleine McCann, something that outraged her parents so much that Acorah made a public apology in the tabloids.
I feel from your sincerity of love. It is paramount to me to receive that love. I love you also.
I love you more, Michael.
Have you ever bought a crystal from Jayne Wallace? Maybe you have a funny psychic story yourself. Let us know in those comments below.